Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd. The news headlines comes to you compliments Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
This is Network News for Wednesday, January the 15th of 2025. I'm Stasia Blake. In the headlines tonight, some local lawyers mount legal challenge in the High Court against the Firearms Amendment Act. The number of criminal lawyers continues to shrink despite repeated calls for new interests to join the justice system. Revenue from Grenada's yachting sector projected to surpass over $4 million collected in 2024. And government's pilot school bus program dubbed Spice Bus delayed. In regional news, the U.S. has announced the lifting of the designation of Cuba as a state sponsor of terror, while internationally, South Korea president arrested. Coming up in sports, Trinidad and Tobago sprinter Leah Bertrand enters World Top 10 with stellar performance in Louisville. Details right after this message.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave bathroom tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Good evening. This is GBN's News at 7. Attorney Jerry Edwin is among a group of attorneys in Grenada preparing to file a constitutional motion against the government, challenging what has been described as the disproportionate nature of recent amendments to the Firearms Amendment Act. Details in this Nisha Paul report.
The legislation, which came into effect in August 2024, has faced significant criticism from legal minds. Attorney Jerry Edwin, who has been vocal on this matter, pointed out that the amendments impose stringent penalties and remove critical judicial discretion.
A number of lawyers have sat down, looked at this law, and its constitutional deficiencies are glaring. So we will be challenging that law on the disproportionate nature, even of the penalties that the new law proposes, up to 40 years. An heinous crime like rape has a maximum offense of 30 years. Possession, mere possession, 5 years. To go as high as 40 years, disproportionate entirely.
One of the most contentious changes is the removal of a magistrate's power to grant bail for firearm-related offenses, transferring that authority solely to the High Court. Additionally, the legislation allows High Court judges to direct magistrates on bail decisions, a provision that has been labeled as problematic.
First, a High Court judge cannot, by law, instruct a magistrate. A magistrate, the magistracy is established according to specific statute. This immunizes the magistrate from instruction by the High Court judge. Yet the law, the amended Firearms Act, says in Section 3 that the High Court judge can, in effect, violate the laws that establish the magistracy.
Edwin intends to argue that these amendments violate fundamental rights enshrined in Grenada's constitution. As part of the application, the attorney will seek a stay or suspension of the law's enforcement until the High Court makes a ruling on its constitutionality. Edwin and his colleagues are particularly concerned about the impact of the amended act on due process and access to bail, which they argue are cornerstones of a fair judicial system. The amendments were introduced following a spike in firearm-related incidents, prompting the government to take what it described as decisive action to curb gun violence. However, critics like Edwin believe that the legislation overreaches and risks infringing on citizens' rights.
That law is patently unconstitutional. There have been young men who have spent close to a month at the Richmond Hill prison on a mere allegation, that they have violated the Firearms Act.
The case is expected to attract significant attention as it raises questions about the balance between public safety and constitutional rights in Grenada. Further updates on this developing story will follow as the legal proceedings progress. Reporting for GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
Meanwhile, the legal fraternity in Grenada is raising concerns over the shrinking number of attorneys practicing criminal law. The issue, which has far-reaching implications for the country's justice system, was a key topic of discussion on GBN's Beyond the Headlines. Here we have another Nisha Paul report.
Legal experts are increasingly worried about the limited interest among attorneys in practicing criminal law, a critical area that ensures access to justice for defendants and upholds constitutional rights. At present, Grenada has only 8 attorneys actively handling criminal cases at the High Court level. They are seasoned professionals like Anselm Clouden, Jerry Edwin, Cadgenton Hood, George Prime, Arlie Gill, Francis Paul, Ruggles Ferguson KC, and Peter David. Attorney at law Ruggles Ferguson KC noted that the dwindling number of criminal law practitioners places a significant strain on the legal system.
In the market here, whatever you do, ultimately it comes back to the areas of practice, popular practice. You have land law, you have civil law, you might have family law, you have criminal law, you have constitutional law. And though we may have many lawyers, again, as I say, we have many lawyers, but we have a significant shortage of lawyers in certain areas of the law that's needed as far as practice goes. Okay. One area is criminal law. A critical area is constitutional law and human rights law. That's an important developing area, in fact, very critical.
Grenada Bar Association Council member Aisha McLean emphasized that public education plays a critical role in addressing the issue.
What happens is that attorneys are not particularly encouraged to pursue criminal law. Sometimes you come and it's a big scary thing. Advocacy is a big scary thing. So I think it starts with education. It starts from law school, it starts from that area, and then from there you go. There are lots of seniors in the Grenada Bar Association like Mr. Edwin who takes on the bulk of criminal matters. I know Mr. Ferguson is not necessarily a criminal attorney, but these attorneys are present to guide the younger attorneys and to encourage them. So I think once it is that we fix that issue coming from education and going up, we should be able to have attorneys who are more attracted to the field of criminal law, and therefore the turnout for the public will be there.
Practicing criminal attorneys in Grenada have expressed frustration over the growing backlog of cases, which they attribute to the limited number of lawyers in the field. With so few attorneys available to handle an increasing caseload, delays in court proceedings have become more common, creating a bottleneck that affects both defendants and victims. They added that the backlog not only hinders the swift administration of justice, but also contributes to growing dissatisfaction with the legal system. Attorneys are hopeful that through increased efforts to attract new talent to criminal law, along with greater public awareness and support, the number of lawyers specializing in this crucial area will rise. Reporting for GBN News, Nisha Paul.
Grenada's thriving yachting sector earned millions of dollars in 2024, with even greater horizons anticipated for 2025. Rena Pierre-Thomas spoke with Chief Operating Officer of the Grenada Tourism Authority about the past, present, and future of the yachting sector and filed this report.
Grenada's economy saw a boost of over $4 million from the yachting sector alone in 2024, a figure projected to increase in 2025. This announcement was made by Carol Hoscialik, Chief Operating Officer of the Grenada Tourism Authority, during her remarks at the launch of the Inter-Caribbean and Pure Grenada Sailing Week 2025.
Now, the economic benefits of this event contributes to our, not only our accommodation sector, but our restaurants, our transportation sector as well. And for 2024, the yachting sector actually contributed 4.2 million EC dollars. And this is not to be understated. You know, we have to understand the length and breadth that all of our subsectors mean to Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. But in particular, when it comes to the yachting niche and the importance of yachting as a tradition, sailing as a tradition to the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique, you know, $4.2 million in the bowels of the various islands is very, very important.
Highlighting the participation of sailors from over 5 countries, Hoscialik emphasized that the week's activities continue to position Grenada as one of the world's premier yachting destinations.
Our aim is to, 1, build on Grenada's positioning as the preferred Caribbean yachting destination. The other, to increase the number of yachts and crews participating in this national nautical event. And to culminate those aims is to increase the awareness of our world-class marinas and boatyards in Carriacou, where we have 2 marinas and 1 boatyard, and here in Grenada, where we have 7 marinas and 3 boatyards.
She also encouraged local participants to share their skills and craftsmanship with the younger generations, ensuring the continued growth and sustainability of the sector.
As participation continues over the years, we continue to encourage local sailors to share their skills and talents in boat racing and inspire the next generation to keep the traditions alive. This year, I know that we are going to be having participation from the various countries, from St. Lucia, St. Vincent, Antigua, Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, Martinique, and of course, for an international scale, we have China. Participants, while in Grenada, we of course welcome you to visit our numerous beaches, our magnificent waterfalls, our various attractions and historical sites.
A check valued of over $12,000 was also handed over to the organizers of the Sailing Week by the management of Clarscourt Bay Marina for the further development of the event. Rena Pierre-Thomas, GBN News.
More than 600 people became new beneficiaries of the Support for Education, Empowerment and Development, or SEED, Social Safety Net program in the Ministry of Social Development since National Democratic Congress administration took office in mid-2022. As of December 2024, there were 7,745 people receiving cash assistance under the program. That number is less than the 7,914 announced by Social Development Minister Gloria Thomas during a town hall meeting in June of 2024. In June 2022, 7,107 people were beneficiaries of the program, according to documents laid in the lower house of Parliament following questions submitted by opposition leader Dr. Keith Mitchell. Shortly after taking office, the new administration announced plans to reassess the program. To date, the government has not officially disclosed the number of people removed from the program, but has disclosed the number of people added to the program. Cash assistance through the program ranges between EC $50 and EC $700 per month. In an end-of-year interview with the Government Information Service, Thomas, who became minister in January 2024, said the number of people on the seed benefit list has increased compared to the previous year. She also indicated that the program will undergo a review.
We think we have to review the program. We may have to streamline it because we still recognize that some of the persons who should be on the program, for one reason or the other, they are not being able to get through the system when we input the data. So we may have to do some reconfiguration, and we will have to more or less do an overhaul of the system so that the results will be a little bit more in keeping with what we think should be.
This is news at 7. Coming up, General Secretary of the new National Party says some members of the party still need convincing as he talks of an almost seamless transfer of leadership. Stay with us.
Paying is faster and easier with Flow FastPay. Use your MasterCard or Visa and pay from anywhere. Log on to discoverflow.co/fastpay and press Consumer. Select your country and enter your account number. Enter the amount to be paid and an email address. Enter your credit card information. You'll receive a payment confirmation with the transaction details, along with a receipt to your email address. It's fast, safe, and easy. Flow, keeping you connected.
At Ariza, we find ways to celebrate you. Little wins or bigger ones. Working hard and staying on track. Meet your need while saving for your dreams with our Chairs to You loan. Get up to $50,000, repayable in up to 10 years, and benefit from a lump sum saving when the loan is repaid. Live those dreams. Follow those steps. Take that leap of faith or invest in yourself. Make a toast. Lift a glass. Cheers to you. Join today and apply. Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom. Your future.
Grenadians, the National Celebrations Committee invites you to celebrate the next 50, embracing a future of development, transformation, and unity as we ready ourselves to mark the Grenadians' 51st anniversary of independence. On February 7th, 2025, activities include the Independence Monarch Competition semifinals, January 25th at Lassages Playing Field, with the final carded for Saturday, February 1st at the Sutters Bus Terminal. National Church Service, February 2nd, 3 p.m., Crossview RC Church. February 6th, National Colors Day, Interministerial Competition and Independence Cultural Extravaganza from 7 p.m. at the Grenfell Bus Terminal. And on Friday, 7th, it's the grand finale at the Curani James Athletic Stadium, the Independence Day Rally, Military Parade, and Made in Grenada Expo. Let's all celebrate in true Grenadian unity, the anniversary of our 51st independence.
Grenada is such a beautiful country.
This is the one you've been waiting for. Tuesday, December 31st. Old Year's Night from 10 p.m. Grenada. Get ready to shine bright like a diamond as Megapost Promotions present the most anticipated event of the year. Enchanted, the Diamond Edition.
Diamonds are forever.
The Ariza Car Park will be transformed into a sea of diamonds as we welcome Trinidad's #1 band, the A-Team Band, together with Sakina and the Alpha One Band, also featuring Black Adam and Mr. Golden. Your DJs, Just Gus, Graphics, Sound, and Kingpin, dressed to impress because there's a special prize for the best dressed male and female. Lovely display of fireworks to welcome 2025. Get your early bird tickets now for $140. VIP $450. Cabanas are also available. Call to book yours. Grenada. The wait is over. Old Year's Night. Get ready for Enchanted, the Diamond Edition. Brought to you by Megapost Promotions.
Get so much more with Courts Ready Finance. Whether it's a furniture upgrade or appliance replacement, it's easy when you shop using Courts Ready Finance. Get more flexibility by choosing your payment terms, more affordability with low monthly payments, and more access with fast and easy application. Plus, there's no down payment and you make your first payment in 30 days. Get great deals and gifts with select purchase. Get so much more with Courts Ready Finance. Only at Courts. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Make this Christmas happen for everyone this year with Republic Bank. The finest loans we have to spread the Christmas cheer. With Republic Bank, we can make your dreams come true. Like magic, it will appear. With Republic Bank, make this Christmas happen. With Republic Bank this year. Merry Christmas.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Whoa! Did you hear that? The National Lotteries Authority's Lotto jackpot is $206,000. Play Lotto today for chances at winning big. Lotto. Play and win a lot of money.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome back. The new National Party NNP members have well received their new party leader, Emmeline Pierre, and the transition process is almost seamless. That's according to NNP's General Secretary, Roland Bola, as he provided an update on the atmosphere within the party since its 40th anniversary convention in December. Bola said while most are content with the new leadership, some still need convincing.
I would want to use the word seamless, but I think I need to put almost in front of it, because with everything that you do, there are sometimes little kinks here and there, little things that you did not see, you didn't cater for, that can bring some level of discomfort sometimes to people who are involved. But in a general sense, there has been no major upheavals. The people of the party have not acted in any way to suggest to us that they are displeased or they are unhappy with the transition. So far, the commendations have been coming in, as much as I know. There's been a lot of congratulatory messages. There have been a lot of messages of people saying, look, whatever it is that I can do, please let me know. I'm willing to help. I'm willing to step on board. There are those who say, look, I won't be in the forefront. I don't want to be a member of any committee or anything, but I'm there as a silent supporter, and I'll do what I can quietly to ensure that the party regains the kind of prominence that it once had, and most importantly, work together with those at the end to see that we become successful in any election to come.
The General Secretary said the change in leadership of the party has had a ripple effect on the energy among the members.
I think it has brought a slight relief, and the people around in the immediate, those who you can see, those who you interact with almost on a daily basis, you can feel that they have a lift in their energy and their hopes for the future. Not that Dr. Mitchell was not bringing hope, he was, but most times when there is something new, there's that new outfit in the closet, when the time is coming close for you to wear it, you feel a certain level of pride and lift because it's something new and you want to see how it will go. There is some apprehension in some of our people too. There are those who still have their little doubts and they are in a sort of let's wait and see attitude. Let us not rejoice or think that so much would happen, so much changes would come so early. But let's give us some time. Let's test the waters in that kind of way.
Pierre served as the party's public relations officer before her elevation to the leadership position. The NNP's December 15, 2024 convention was overdue by approximately 2 years. The party was at that time led by Dr. Keith Mitchell since 1989, who was then elected to lead the party, taking over from the late Herbert Blaise, the party's very first leader. Mitchell now serves as the chairman of the party, and Gregory Bowen, who served as the deputy political leader, is now the deputy chairman of the party. Government's pilot school bus program dubbed Spice Bus, initially scheduled to roll out on January the 6th, has been delayed, according to CEO of the Grenada Transport Commission, David Bartholomew. However, it is expected to kick off later this month. Students in St. David and St. George are expected to participate in the program, which will provide a dedicated school bus system in collaboration with bus owners and operators on the island. Bartholomew explained that despite the slight delay, a soft launch is expected.
There's quite a lot of little intricacies that has to take place. It's on, and we want to launch before, might do a soft launch before the end of this month. Well, remember what we want to do is it will be incremental, and we are doing 5 schools in St. George's and 5 schools in St. David's on an incremental basis. We have probably about 10 buses, and we'll increase the buses as we increase the schools.
The CEO said the project will start with a small group of children.
Oh, we're not gonna do the, let us say, 1,200 trend immediately. We start with a amount because remember it's a system that we are testing out. It's a pilot project. So our cap is a particular amount. It's probably about 1,500 children, 1,200 children. But we might start with a smaller amount, and as we iron out the bugs in the system, we'll increase to that particular amount for the duration of the pilot project.
When it was
maybe about the last week, mid to last week in this month.
20 talented artists are set to shine in the semifinals of Grenada's rebranded Independence Monarch competition. Rena Pierre-Thomas has the details.
20 of the 31 participating artists have secured spots in the highly anticipated semi-final round of Grenada's Independence Monarch competition. The semi-finals will take place on January 25th at the Lassages playing field in St. David. This annual event is a highlight of the activities celebrating Grenada's 51st independence anniversary, which will culminate on Friday the 7th with the official Independence Day ceremony at the National Stadium. Kevin Jacob is one of the members of the organizing committee.
So we have in alphabetical order Andrew Philip Hitz, Anthony Etienne, Grenada Michael Jackson, Anthony Philip, Rankin Marvin, Brent Buckmeyer, area code, Bogress McPhee and Cheryl Vincent, Quaco and Cheryl V, Cheryl Antoine, Lady Cheryl, Edison Francis, Teacher Eddie, Hector Thomas, Mr. Legs, Jason Joseph, Big J, Jermaine Simon, Superstar, Jerry Baptiste, Papa Jerry, Joseph Telesford, Supreme, Kelly Klein, Rootsman Kelly, Michael Prince, Nelson Mapp, Mr. Razor, Nivian Cox, Samantha Dixon, Royalty, Sean Niles, Sour Serpent, Teddy Christopher, Topcat, and Valin Ned Valin.
Each semi-finalist will receive an appearance fee of $2,000 EC as they appear for their chance to advance to the finals. The 20 selected artists will also participate in rehearsals with the Royal Grenada Police Force Band to fine-tune their stage performances.
Right, so now that the semi-finalists are announced, what is expected of these semi-finalists is to get their music scores. All right, get the music scored, get the music written, and be prepared for rehearsal. Rehearsal with the police band will start on Friday, 17th of January. This coming Friday, we will start rehearsal. So we are asking the artists to go ahead and get their music score ASAP, and those who have their music scores ready, we will start the practice with these artists. We are planning to have 2 rehearsals per artist. So artists, we are imploring upon you to have your music ready. So once the police band schedule you are going to be ready with your music for the rehearsal.
This year, the competition has been rebranded as the Independence Monarch Competition, encouraging artists from various musical genres to participate. However, Jacob noted that only one artist represented a different genre made it to the semifinals.
So the change this year, incorporating or opening it up for other genres in terms of the groovy and the soca, what we've seen coming into the semifinals, I think we just had one soca, according to the judges, one soca that actually entered the semifinal round of the competition. Most of the other artists are the normal calypso, the root calypso songs. The semifinal will be on Saturday, the 25th of January, and we are encouraging the public to come out and support the artists. The artists, we know they are going to be preparing and they are going to be coming with their A game to make a place into the finals.
From the semifinals, 9 artists will be chosen to compete in the finals, scheduled for Saturday, February 1st at the bus terminal in St. Patrick. Rena P. Thomas, GBN News.
And still to come, man charged for deliberate damage and removal of Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority's property. That story when we return.
Unlocking opportunities, Excel leads the way in digital advancement every single day. Fair internet access for all to share. Transparent billing with consumer care. Excel through the EC bill, safeguarding our rights. Net neutrality, consumer protection shining bright. Mobile number portability available to you. Switch providers seamlessly. Keep the number true. Excel through the EC bill, promoting fair play in the digital world. Every single day, affordable services are important for all. Through the EC bill, there'll be progress overall. Excel and the NTRCs connecting our communities.
Excel and the NTRCs digitally transforming our space together.
Grenada, the first major bingo event of 2025 is happening on Sunday, February 2nd. Get ready as Megaforce Promotions presents the massive Appreciation Mega Bingo. Everyone's going to be heading to Monroach Plain Field from 5 p.m. for this one because you can win up to $50,000 in cash. And hear this, the first 1,000 people to enter gets a complimentary drink. And that's not the best part. Tickets are only $40. Buy one and get one free.
That's serious?
Yes, Sunday, February 2nd, Megaforce is doing it big again with the massive Appreciation Mega Bingo.
Testing.
Are you looking for a reliable, affordable, and customer-friendly pharmacy? Look no further than Hills and Valley Pharmacy, the nation's leading healthcare products and services provider. We are committed to serving you at convenient locations. Find an extensive and affordable selection of prescription and over-the-counter drugs and medical supplies at Church Street, Hillsborough, Carriacou, Jubilee Street, Grenville, St. Andrew, near the bus terminal, and Halifax and Grenville Street, St. George. Our committed team is always available to offer valuable assistance for managing your health and wellness. Discover the additional benefits of our wholesale distribution on Halifax Street and our Medcare Center on Grenville Street, where we provide in-house physiotherapy, massage therapy, doctor consultations, and eye care services. Our commitment is to satisfy all your healthcare needs, including competitive prices, loyalty rewards, and special discounts for seniors. Contact us at 435-6904 and WhatsApp 535-4734. Choose Hills and Valley Pharmacy. Remember, your health is our business.
Grenada is indeed beautiful and worth exploring. We firmly believe that you should be allowed to do so. Why not explore Grenada with James Services Corp Off-Road Tours? Whether you decide to explore Grenada with your family, spouse, or large group of friends, we are ready to welcome you. Our tours are guaranteed to leave you with wonderful memories of Grenada if you are visiting and excitement if you live here. Book a tour with us now by visiting our website www.jamessvcs.com. Call 1473-442-3769 or email info@jamessvcs.com. James Services Corp Off-Road Tours.
I am Dennis James Williams, owner and director of James Services Corp. Looking forward to welcoming you to the beautiful island of Union to explore with James Services Corp Off-Road Tours. See you soon.
Explore our beautiful island of Grenada from an angle that is unique and off-road, but equally fun. We are 100% family-friendly tours.
Oh, it happens to all of us. Low on cash and in need of money right away. Play Instacash Monday to Sunday and there are no draws.
So what you saying? No numbers to choose from?
Nope.
And no draw sessions to wait on?
Nope.
And we can play it anytime and any day?
Yep, including Sundays. Instacash. Ask for it by name and choose from a wide variety of games as low as $2 and win instantly. It is fast, it is easy to play, and you win cash right away. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Paying is faster and easier with Flow FastPay. Use your MasterCard or Visa and pay from anywhere. Log on to discoverflow.co/fastpay and press consumer. Select your country and enter your account number. Enter the amount to be paid and an email address. Enter your credit card information. You'll receive a payment confirmation with the transaction details, along with a receipt to your email address. It's fast, safe, and easy. Flow, keeping you connected.
A culprit caught on camera in the act of vandalism was arrested and charged for damage to property. Christina John has the story.
24-hour remote surveillance systems used by the compliance unit of the Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority led to the arrest of Mondale Paul of Montu St. George. Paul was arrested and charged with an incident involving the deliberate damage and removal of property belonging to the Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority. The authority's remote surveillance system was able to detect and monitor the activity of an individual who made 2 attempts within a 12-hour period to destroy and dispose of a public notice prohibiting illegal dumping in the Montrouge area on December 5th, 2024. Paul, a machine operator in his mid-30s, was arrested and charged with the offense of damage to property. Paul has been placed on $5,000 bail with 1 surety. He is due to make his first court appearance in March 2025. The Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority Compliance Unit has been erecting signs across various locations in the country with the aim of curbing the indiscriminate illegal dumping of waste material. Compliance Manager Godfrey Fleming explained that the unit is keen to put an end to this illegal practice and will use any legal means necessary to stamp out this scourge.
On a step further in the erecting of the signs by defining the penalty in the areas that the signs are being erected. So for instance, you will see a sign with the penalty of $50,000 plus 6 months imprisonment. And these signs will be erected at the riverbanks, the seashores, the national park, protected areas, and all of those areas that are restricted in terms of illegal dumping. The $20,000 and 3 months imprisonment is for any part by the side of the road or any way that the illegal dumping is taking place. So it's a clear definition that once anyone go to do any form of illegal dumping and the sign showing the penalty, that is what we will be working in accordance with.
He is hopeful that with the legal action taken against Mondale Paul will serve as a warning to others. Christina John, GBN News.
A release from the CARICOM Secretariat dated January 14th urges CARICOM member states to be vigilant as a highly pathogenic avian influenza threatens the region. More in this report.
The Committee of CARICOM Chief Veterinary Officers, the CCCVO, has advised member states, including Grenada, to intensify efforts to prevent the entry of high pathogenic avian influenza virus, the HPAIV, in the region. The HPAIV, a subtype of bird flu, causes serious illness that can spread rapidly and result in high death rate in different species of birds, according to the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO. PAHO says the most common way for the virus to enter a territory is through migratory wild birds, indicating that recently the number of cases in non-avian species have risen. Late last month, a risk analysis subcommittee on the CCCVO met and made recommendations to CARICOM member states, which included a review and update of national HPAI emergency plans and an intensification of surveillance and early detection mechanism and activities. The committee also wants member states to improve collaboration on diagnostics, increase data sharing to improve regional readiness, and mitigate the risk of the disease entering through live animal importation. It has advised that there should be an intensification of regional coordination among development partners and the utilization of a One Health approach among regional public health agencies. Robust and effective public awareness campaigns must also be implemented on the World Organization for Animal Health, the WOAH guidelines, the committee said. The World Organization for Animal Health, the WOAH guidelines, are international standards that ensure the health and welfare of animals and the safety of animal products. These guidelines also help to prevent the spread of disease and facilitate safe trading. Christina John, GBN News.
And stay with us.
A whole new level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
Hi, I want $10 on Playway, $20 backup on Pick 3, and cash for each, please. Okay, are you adding multi-X to your bet? Yes, multi-X, all of them. Smart. Best value bet. Backup and multi-X. You cannot go wrong. Don't matter the bet, multi-X all of the daily games.
With Multi-X added, your winnings can be multiplied 3 times, 5 times, even 7 times. So make it a rule. Add Multi-X to all your play with, daily victory, and daily cash for bets every day and for every drop, and watch your money grow. Available at stores and online.
You heard it here. Multiply your winnings daily. Must be 18 or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Good evening, sports fans. TNT sprinter Leah Bertrand delivered a remarkable performance at the 2025 Rod McCravey Memorial Track and Field Meet in Louisville, Kentucky, clocking a swift 7.30 seconds in the women's 60-meter dash on Friday. This time places Bertrand in the world top 10 rankings for the year and positions her as the number 3 fastest Caribbean athlete in the event so far this season. Representing Simplex Athletics Club and Ohio State University, Bertrand's time was just a 1/10 of a second shy of her personal best. Her result at the Norton Sports Center sets the tone for what promises to be an exciting outdoor season ahead. But note, she opted out of the semifinals the following day. However, Bertrand, who's in her senior year, featured in 2 other events for Ohio State, the 200-meter and 4x400-meter relay events. The 22-year-old was a 5th place finisher in the 200-meter with a time of 24.09 on Friday evening, and she crossed first in the heat as one of 15, comfortably ahead of Howard University's duo Katie Collins, who scored 24.72, and Brooke Cochran, who timed 24.73, and Haley Zell of Western Kentucky, who came in at 27.22. On Saturday, she partnered with Avery Clark, Kalia Harry, and Bobby Olive to help Ohio State finish 10th in a time of 3.47.70 in the 4x400-meter relay timed finals. From the track to cricket, Cricket West Indies CWI President Dr. Kishore Shallow has promised to seek West Indies' interest when the 2-tier test system comes up at the International Cricket Council, or ICC. The 2-tier system has been trending since the topic was raised late last year, and ICC Chairman Jay Shaw is expected to meet soon with executives of Cricket Australia and the England and Wales cricket boards to discuss the proposals. Admitting the subject is yet to be tabled at the ICC, Dr. Shallow said during a talk show in Barbados on Tuesday evening that he'll represent the West Indies well. He explained that whatever decision he supports at the ICC level must be in alignment with what is best for West Indies cricket and cricket across the globe. Currently, the West Indies is 8th in the ICC test rankings, with Sri Lanka ahead in 7th and Bangladesh behind in 9th. There are 12 full member nations that play test cricket. However, Zimbabwe, Afghanistan, and Ireland are not included in the World Test Championship, as only the top 9 teams participate in the competition. And onto the tennis court, where Novak Djokovic surpassed Roger Federer's record for the most major singles matches played as he reached the Australian Open 3rd round. The 37-year-old was made to work hard in his 430th Grand Slam singles match, but he emerged triumphant, beating qualifier Jamie Feria 6-1, then 6-7, 6-3, and then 6-2. The win gives Djokovic sole ownership of the all-time record for most Grand Slam singles, among men or women, actually, and takes him past former rival Federer, who played his last major match at Wimbledon in 2021. Meanwhile, Naomi Osaka said she had gained a little revenge after producing a stirring fight back to beat Karolina Muchova and reach the Australian Open 3rd round. 2-time Australian Open champion Osaka lost to the Czech in straight sets at last year's US Open, but came back from a set down in Melbourne to win 1-6, then 6-1, and then 6-3. It's the first time Osaka has reached a Grand Slam 3rd round since returning from maternity leave last year. And that's what's been happening in the world of sports. And now for a look at what's been happening around the region and the wider globe today. The Biden administration has announced the removal of Cuba from the U.S. list of state sponsors of terrorism as part of an agreement aimed at securing the release of imprisoned protesters in Cuba. The Cuban government has welcomed the move as a positive step forward, but acknowledges that the decision could be reversed by future U.S. administrations.
Well, this is something that's been under examination since essentially the Biden administration took over in the White House. Donald Trump changed the designation as he was going out the door, in fact, on the 12th of January 2021. And the Biden administration criticized them for it, saying that essentially they were tying their hands for a while. Now, they said they would undergo a review. They've done that. In 2022, Antony Blinken said that was still underway. And here we are, almost 3 years later, and they said that's now done and they're removing the designation. So what does it mean? It means that Cuba is removed from the list that also includes North Korea, Syria, and Iran. It means that humanitarian organizations, church groups, and various human rights organizations can now move aid to help the people in Cuba without facing any sort of US sanctions. It also means that a number of political prisoners are going to be released by the Cuban government. That whole operation is going to be overseen by the Catholic Church. It includes what we're told is a significant number of people, including those who were involved in the so-called food protests in 2021. Now, this is also political because Joe Biden knows that when the Trump administration comes back to the White House, there are a number of Cuba hardliners there, not least Marco Rubio, a Florida senator who is earmarked to be the next Secretary of State and has spoken out many, many times about the situation in Cuba. So could this be easily flipped? Well, it's not completely easy to do, but certainly Donald Trump could make a number of executive orders in the first couple of days that would effectively nullify what Joe Biden has done. But it's interesting that the Biden campaign and the Biden team criticized Donald Trump doing this on his way out the door, and here Joe Biden has done exactly the same with just 6 days left in the White House.
A regional health organization is urging the Caribbean community to beef up its surveillance for respiratory illnesses amid a global rise in this type of illness.
With the region experiencing its peak travel and tourism season, the Caribbean Public Health Agency is calling for strengthened monitoring due to rising reports of respiratory illnesses, including human metapneumovirus. CARPHA recommends that CARICOM member states improve surveillance systems for respiratory illnesses and is urging that non-pharmaceutical measures be put in place for visitors arriving by air and sea. In late 2024, HMPV cases surged in northern China. Reports of infections have also emerged from India, Malaysia, Kazakhstan, and the United Kingdom. The World Health Organization and the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention have not issued severe warnings regarding a potential global threat.
South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol has been arrested after a tense standoff in the latest chapter of the political crisis that's engulfed the country. Yoon, who has been suspended from office, is under investigation after he imposed martial law last month. For weeks, he's been barricaded inside his official residences and refused to face questioning.
The operation to arrest President Yoon Suk-yeol got underway in the early hours of Wednesday morning in South Korea. This was the second attempt by investigators to bring him in after they tried to arrest him a week ago. Many people are angry Yoon's avoided facing responsibility for his failed martial law order.
I think it's wrong for the leader of a rebellion to not face any legal consequences, and even though an arrest warrant has been issued, continue to resist that.
Supporters of the president have been camped outside Yoon's official residence for days, despite the icy conditions.
If the president were to be arrested, all of us here, the people of this country, will be prepared to stop the arrest at all costs.
As dawn broke, police managed to breach the walls of the presidential compound. Reports say there were tense negotiations with the president's legal team and security service who've been protecting Yoon from arrest. Later, a motorcade carrying the president was seen departing.
Police estimate as many as 6,500 supporters of President Yoon turned out overnight, urging their leader to keep fighting on. Shortly after he was arrested, the crowds quickly dispersed.
In a video statement, Yoon described the execution of the arrest warrant against him as deplorable.
I decided to respond to the investigation despite it being an illegal investigation to prevent bloodshed. However, that doesn't mean I'm acknowledging the investigation.
South Korea's Corruption Investigation Office now has 48 hours to question Yoon. It then needs to decide whether to request a warrant to detain him. Patrick Falk, Al Jazeera, Seoul.
In Stilfontein, South Africa, rescue teams recovered at least 36 bodies from an illegal mine as efforts stretched into a second day. Over 80 miners who had spent months underground were brought to the surface and immediately arrested. The rescue operations come amid harrowing video evidence showing dead bodies and starving miners trapped underground. Authorities are now investigating the site as they tackle the broader issue of illegal mining in the region.
One by one, bodies are pulled out of this abandoned mine shaft in Stilfontein. The South African government has begun rescuing miners, some of them dead. Others are alive, but hungry and dehydrated. A professional mine rescue company sent a cage down the shaft to rescue them.
I just wish they can be quicker so that they can save more lives, because what you're looking forward to is like rescuing more lives than like hearing that dead bodies have come out. Like, let them speed up the process. It's long overdue.
Officials here say those rescued will all face illegal mining and immigration charges. Community leaders accuse the police of blocking food and water to the miners in order to force them out.
We can't at this stage speculate on whatever have been the cause of death. Remember, apart from the cause of death, it is the timing of death. When did who died?
Dozens more people are believed to be underground. Government ministers say they have no way of knowing how many people are still underground. They say they only give an official number once the rescue operation is complete. Some of the people trapped are South Africans, but many are undocumented foreigners from neighboring countries. Some of the informal miners had been sending letters scribbled on pieces of paper saying that they were dying like flies in unbearable conditions. The longer it takes to rescue everyone, the higher that death toll could be. Haru Matasa, Al Jazeera, Stilfontein, South Africa.
And that's what's been happening around the region and the wider globe today. And now for a recap of the night's top headlines. Some local lawyers mount legal challenge in the High Court against the Firearms Amendment Act. The number of criminal lawyers continues to shrink despite repeated calls for new interests to join the justice system. Revenue from Grenada's yachting sector projected to surpass over $4 million collected in 2024. And government's pilot school bus program dubbed Spice Bus delayed. In regional news, the U.S. has announced the lifting of the designation of Cuba as a state sponsor of terror, while internationally, South Korean president arrested. In sports, Trinidad and Tobago sprinter Leah Bertrand enters World Top 10 with stellar performance in Louisville. If you missed any part of this newscast, there'll be a rebroadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at www.gbn.gd or on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Stasia Blake, and that's the news. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a pleasant evening.